Hey guys! So today I was kind of like, I want to play a solo TTRPG. And I found a bundle yesterday with like a lot of solo TTRPGs in it. I think almost 500 for the cheap price of €5 or dollars, I'm not sure. It wasn't that much. Dollars and euros are basically the same currency, like price-wise, so there's not that much of a difference. But then I was like, wait, I already have some others. So Princess with a Cursed Sword is one of the other ones that I own. I did like print out some of those other ones that I downloaded. I have over 200 currently downloaded to print out. And I've printed a couple. Not that many, like not half or anything. I don't have that much stuff, but sorry if my coins are loud. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, so Princess with a Cursed Sword. For this game you will need somewhere to record the story, which I'm gonna be using here. I've already started because I didn't want to make this a video at first, but then I was like, you know what, I might make this a video. Might as well make this a video. In my first playthrough, I will not be as thorough as I will be in any follow-up playthroughs, by the way. This will just be an experiment. This will be basically trying out everything. Then I've got 2 coins. 2 €2 coins. One has a head on it, the other one has a building on it. This is the head side. This is the tails or number side. And I've decided. So my coins go here. By the way, the only reason why I have 2 €2 coins currently laying around is because I haven't emptied my wallet into my savings place. So the little piggy banks that I have, they're not pigs, but call them piggy banks anyway. I don't know if there's another word if they're not pigs. One of them's, you know, like a ladybug, another one is a box, another one is a box with a Lilifee on it. Lilifee is a character from a show. Lilifee is the show. Stuff like that. Oh, and you also need tarot cards. And I've got my deck here. If you're wondering what tarot cards these are, this is not an advertisement. This is just an explanation of where I got these from. These are Tarot of the Divine. And this is it. By Yoshi Yoshitani. And it is a mythology-based one. It is absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to be using these tarot cards. I have already shuffled them. You need a freshly shuffled one, which, you know, I did. By the way, I was trying to think of the German word earlier, and now it's coming to me. Mischt. I have freshly mischt them. Mischt is such a weird word. Like, that's not the High German word, that's the German word in my dialect. So, yeah. And if you try to use that with someone who doesn't speak my dialect, you're probably gonna be like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know the High German word, so I can't give you that anyways. But yeah, I'm a bit sad I can't use dice because I've got some really pretty ones. I've currently got some dice over here, just in this corner, on a little jar of Nutella. The jar of Nutella is there because I just had breakfast. By the way, if you see any Nutella on my hands, that's because I just had breakfast. And I wiped my mouth afterwards with my hands, and I haven't yet washed my hands. So yeah, it's a little explanation. Like, I wrote this down, then I had breakfast, then I decided to do this. So yeah, that's my order of operations today. Oh, and I printed out the other stuff earlier today. I might show you guys a little flip through. But yeah, Princess with a Cursed Sword is 1 page long, but there's a lot of information on the 1 page. So first, I'm gonna read out some of the text that's on there, because I need to reread it anyways. A figure stands in an ancient ruin, bare feet on crumbling stone, her gown far too fine, her sword much too dark. At a princess's coming of age ceremony, an uninvited guest gifted her a sword, then vanished, laughing, into the smoke. She cannot put it down until she finds the place it came from. So she has come. And then it says what you need for this. I've already explained that. And then, who is the princess? So I've already written this down. So first, what does a gown signify? I've written down medieval. It gives me like medieval vibes, you know? It looks a bit more humble. Maybe it's not red, which is a more expensive color, but rather maybe yellow. Less expensive. Though red isn't that expensive. This specific shade of red that I'm thinking of, this really vibrant and deep red, that's more expensive, you know? But I'm thinking of yellow maybe, because I do have the printer-friendly version currently printed out. I don't know what the gown usually looks like, but yeah. That's my color imagination. And a little bit of Snow White vibes. Like, it's giving me Snow White vibes. I can't pronounce the W or V sounds properly in English, so please excuse that. And then, why are her feet bare? I was like, okay, she was walking for long already, and the shoes she wore were thrown out because of heels. They had heels on them, and it was not comfortable to walk in. And then, what does the sword want? To get a new ruler for its kingdom. And I forgot the A. And yes, this is literally just a short summary. And yes, I would have privately written this in English, if everything in English, because I'm just much better at writing in English than in German. If you're wondering why, well, I have a dialect, and the grammar in my dialect is different than the grammar in High German, at least at times, and I can't tell the difference. I just know that the grammar is different because I've had so many incidents in school where I'm like, okay, where the fuck, like, how do I write this in High German? The grammar doesn't seem right. So yeah, that's my experience with my writing in my accent. Not in my accent, in High German. So yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, the sword wants a ruler for its kingdom. You know, it's kind of testing her. The pronouns of the princess are next. What are her pronouns? I decided on he, she, and they. And the princess is 16. This isn't actually on the character sheet. I just decided she's 16. He's 16 because coming of age ceremony, you know, that's kind of like 16 for me. And so, chronicling the journey is the next section, which I will be going over to page 2. And I will be marking it with this marker, just so when I put it all together, I will know, okay, this was 1, like this is 1, and then, because I'm gonna put it in the same Klarsichtfolie, what it's called, what is it called? The same one of these. I'm not gonna show the actual printout. I don't know if I can, because this is bought. Like this did cost money to buy. Oh, well, obviously this thing also, the sleeve that it's in. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting it in here, in the back specifically, actually. So I did show where I put it, actually. And yeah. So, basically, as the princess explores the ruins, record her explorations. Write in third person as though writing a fairy tale. In some parts of the ruins, you may decide the princess faces an obstacle, threat, or foe. In those cases, finish the passage after facing a challenge. Keep descriptions brief. What does the princess notice, feel, remember? And then there's a little example, which I will not be reading. Then exploring the ruins is the next section. To explore the ruins, turn over the next card in the deck. Use the suit and card image to decide what the princess finds. Swords, wands, cups, and coins. Basically all of descriptions, as well as major arcana. Then, facing a challenge. Whenever the princess is faced with a challenge, throw coins. 1. So 1 coin you can throw if she's completely out of her depth. 2 coins you can throw if her past has prepared her, or if she gives the sword what it wants. If you throw no heads, the princess falters and barely escapes with her life. With just 1 head, she achieves her goal, but it is tenuous or costly. With 2 heads, she achieves her goal with frightening prowess. Then returning the sword is the next section. Whenever you reveal a card, ask, is this where the sword belongs? If so, decide. A princess makes a sacrifice, what is it? To break the curse. Or, the sword promises her something, what is it? And she keeps it. Compose a brief epilogue. Who does the princess become after her journey? And then acknowledgements. Actually, you know what? Let me show you guys the acknowledgements. So, these are the acknowledgements. Yes, you guys can read them now. Yeah, these are the acknowledgements. So you probably paused if you wanted to read them, otherwise you skip forward or something. So yeah, let's start. So, I wonder which card I'm gonna go first, but yeah. I'm actually gonna not use the reversed meaning, but 2 of Wands. Which myth is this again? I know this myth. I just can't remember the name. Janus, right. Janus. Roman mythology. I know enough about Roman mythology to know this one. But I didn't remember the name, so I didn't know enough about Roman mythology, it seems. Well, I never studied Roman mythology in depth, so it makes sense. But yeah, here we've got Roman mythology. So something but Roman themed. And it is a wand. Dark halls, groaning wood, torchlight, yawning pits, glowing sigils, eyes in the dark, a locked door, teeth, fire are the prompts that I get here. Okay, so the princess enters some dark halls. By the way, I will be showing the entire process. So yeah, basically I will be showing the entire process. I will be showing me writing it down. I will just show you guys everything from start to finish on how I play it. And I will definitely do 3 cards before I ask my first, is this where the sword belongs? And then I'll just simply decide by what I see. So, the princess enters a dark hall. And this is the 2 of Wands, so I'll get another one. She feels eyes on her. She feels eyes on her, but can't see them. By the way, if you're wondering how I plan on writing a character with multiple pronouns, I'll just alterate pronouns. So for most characters with multiple pronouns, they usually use pronouns depending on the circumstance that I have, but for the princess, they use all of their pronouns at all times, So yeah, and this is, by the way, not all pronouns. All pronouns would include neopronouns, so this is not all pronouns, this is just all basic standard pronouns, basically. Because it, for example, counts as a neopronoun. You can have all pronouns except for it. You can have all pronouns except for a different pronoun, Yeah, I just wanted to say that, just to clarify some stuff, because maybe not everyone watching this knows, If you know, that's great. Sorry, I just had a coughing fit and I don't know why. Oh my god. I think I'm getting sick, so I am kind of in the process of getting sick because my stomach has been upset. Like, I've had a stomach ache for a few days now. That's nothing new, it just sometimes happens when I, as a prelude to getting sick. But yeah, so can't see them. Wait, let's relate back to the card. It's the Two of Wands. We have the Smith. They use a torch to see, and discover two branching paths. So he's scared. Yes, I often forget the C and scared. I just write scared for some reason. So next we have the Seven of Swords. I actually don't remember which myth this is. Swords up here? No, I still need some practice in going through this. So this is the Coyote, Pacific Northwest legend. A Salish legend, however you pronounce it. Oh, I would have loved to get donkey skin. So, trickster. Okay, so this is more of a trickster thing. So, it's a trickster card. And swords, white stone, quartz, sudden noise, shadows, ghosts, precarious heights, menacing statues, blades. So, he walks to the left. Wait. Yep, left is where I'm imagining it being. Sorry, I have like really bad left and right perception. Like, I cannot tell where left and right is so many times. Like, that just, I don't know why. Left. Countering. Moving statue test. I don't think that's correct. Statues. I think that's how I spell it. Sorry, my spelling can be really horrible when I'm trying to say it out loud while writing. I do apologize for that. And by the way, this is my first ever video on recording on a TTRPG. So, yeah. I'm thinking of making this like the channel, basically. Of like having a new channel here. Maybe I'll record a little intro video. Or this can be my intro video. I don't know. And encountering moving statues. Who are giggling, or that are giggling. I feel like that is more grammatically correct. Sorry, I'm a writer, technically. As you can tell, I often rewrite sentences just to get the basics down, but yeah. And this eraser is like really shitty. Like, it used to be really good, but now you can see it smudges. I mean, probably because it used to be this long. I cut it in half to about this size, and now it's, well, you can see the size, you know? So, yeah, it's really not that good anymore. And it's dirty. Like, look at it. I cleaned this multiple times already throughout its life. It's dirty as fuck still. Okay, so, and the emotion evoked would be, their... What does the princess feel? What do they feel? Oh my gosh, so what else can I write? So, okay, so I can write also what they notice. So, they notice a door leading to an exit. So I do plan on kind of turning this into a proper like story. But yeah, I will definitely shuffle my tarot cards after this, because I'm using them for some other stuff as well. Oh, and by the way, these tarot cards are quite old. That's why they're a little bit bent. I've used them a lot. So the 7 of Coins. Which myth is that? Are the coins... No, this is cups, then the coins. Cups, coins... Queen, no, I need the 7 of Coins. The 9 of Coins is also not what I need, but it would be great. Aztec mythology? I know nothing about Aztec mythology. That's why I didn't recognize it. Okay, desire and sacrifice. Right, I'm getting. Okay. And coins are tattered banners, an old library, grinding gears, strange artifact, cloaked thieves, a caged bird, and guarded treasure. Inside, there's a guarded... Inside there's a guarded treasure. By the way, I might be playing this completely wrong, so... don't take anything I do as, like, fact. That you have to do it this way. But, then again, there's no wrong way to play solo TTRPG, so... You know. Guarded treasure. And a bird. On a cage. The princess looks for a key. Looks for a key to free the bird, but finds none. So maybe there's lots of gold there, but that's about it. So we've got lots of gold. Yeah. There's coins on here too, so you know, makes sense, gold. None. So she moves on. So, and now I can start asking if the adventure is over or not. But I feel like the princess still needs at least a few encounters. So the adventure is definitely not over. The Emperor. This is definitely a major arcana. Encounter. And encounter. Major arcana and encounter. So major arcana. There, the Emperor. This is King Arthur. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. I was like, oh my gosh, I recognize this myth, but I don't remember it. Okay, yeah. It looks very different from any King Arthur that I know, because you guys are way too old. But yeah, Celtic legend. So father figure, a warrior, and a conqueror. Stability, leadership, bravery, bold action, structure. Ooh, okay, so this is the first test of the sword. I feel like the princess is completely out of her depth, so... I don't know how to throw coins. We got heads. So the princess encounters the emperor, but heads. With just one head, she achieves her goal, is tenuous or costly. So. Okay, so, inside the next room there's an old man with a sword. By the way, if you're wondering why I don't use the backside of these, there's nothing on the backside. I do plan on adding drawings to the backside, so it's not completely wasted. But yeah, yeah, I don't know how to throw coins, by the way. Did I mention that? But yeah, so yeah, nothing on here, but I plan on adding drawings. There's an old man with a sword. And the key. So, oh wait, Major Arcana. Shrine in disrepair, ancient rites and altars, a sacrifice, a tomb, hollow voices, the attention of the gods. Okay, set the key. No, I do need this. In front of an altar, like he was waiting for her. By the way, I really want to turn this into a short story, but I want to turn I want to write a short story collection inspired by a lot of different TTRPGs, and I will credit each and every single TTRPG that I've played. It doesn't matter if it's free or paid. And all of these will be solo TTRPGs, or I will have turned them into a solo TTRPG. Because some of these are just GM-less, some of them are simply solo, you know, whatever. Yeah. So he was kind of waiting for her. So the princess readies. The princess readies himself. And barely, I don't know if barely is spelled correctly. That's why I use Grammarly. This is not an ad, it's just, I need to use it because, oh my god, am I horrible at this. Blocks and attack. The fight goes on long. But eventually he gets the key and barely retreats back. So basically what I'm thinking is they got the key, they now want to unlock the bird because they're like, oh my god, you poor bird, let me help you, you are like me. So like, you know, that's kind of like a, oh my gosh, you are like me situation. Barely retreats back. Okay, so this is an encounter. Then here we've got the Knight of Coins. I've already read Coins, so I don't need to read it to you guys anymore, but I will need to reread it because my memory let's just say it's not good. Knight of Coins. Okay, South Africa, I also don't know much about the mythology from there. Khoi Khoi, I think is pronounced, but I'm not sure a deity. The Knight of Coins, diligent warrior, and to put the work, set the world right. This actually fits perfectly well on the path. Strong, loyal, determined in all things. Okay, so Wait, the previous room was also a coin. Whoopsies. So back with the bird. The key works. And the bird is freed. Sword hums. But why does the sword hum? That you guys need to figure out because I already know why. But though I think it's pretty obvious, but it might not be. I might just be saying stuff and you guys are like, okay, what the fuck does that mean? Why does it hum? Okay, sword hums. The bird hands the princess a coin. Bird hands them a coin. By the way, all short stories that I will be writing from this will be very queer. Not just from, you know, the princess, but all of these TTRPGs, solo TTRPGs that I'm playing, just because I am very queer. I mean, you might be able to tell. Okay. 4. Yeah, each playthrough will have a different color. Or maybe even a different pen, because I'm currently using a pencil just because I'm very bad at handwriting. Okay, so next card. Is this an encounter or is this where the story ends? No to the first one. No to the second one. Page of Wands. Should I read Wands? Yes. The eyes are back. Wands, and we have the Page of Wands. So, Page of Wands is window. I think it's pronounced Republic of the Congo. Nyanga mythology. Okay, optimism, carefree rebellion. Sweet fun. Okay. So this is a very interesting direction this is taking this in. So, in the next room, the princess moves back to the hall and goes right this time. Okay, so the princess goes right. And we need something that relates to the wands. There's glowing sigils on the walls. Inside of eyes. The eyes are now visible. On the walls. With glowing sigils in them. So yeah, glowing sigils in the eyes. What's happening here? So I need another card, definitely. So this is the magician, a major arcana. So maybe this is a shrine in disrepair. A shrine in this repair is to the left. I kind of know what the magician represents, and I'm pretty sure. What is fairy tale? Like this looks like Cinderella, but I'm not 100% sure. The fairy godmother, okay. It was like mice, Cinderella, yeah. I mean, it is Cinderella, so. To the left. They try. Place the sword. But it doesn't work. So it doesn't work. However, the coin after being placed. By the way, this is really big for my handwriting, so I'm purposefully using something bigger to write in so I can actually read it again. So I'm not using something that has like little squares on it. Because if I, for example, let me just get my little sticky notes. If I use this, I would write in like 1 square high. That's my usual handwriting size, and whoops! What the hell just happened? So yeah, I guess technical errors are also in this video. So I'm just gonna put my dice on there. Hope it holds. Maybe like this, so I can actually write a bit more comfortably. After being placed, reveals another door. So this is a major arcana. One that whispers. I actually didn't get a cups card yet, which is kind of surprising. 10 of coins. Oh my god, I'm just getting more coins. So yeah, Princess got a coin, but I think this is actually an encounter. 4 of coins, 8 of coins, 9 of coins, 10 of coins. Panhu? Panhu? I don't know how to pronounce it. Panhu? Who? I don't know. I can pronounce the H properly. Can you tell? But yeah, this is it. From China, a Yao legend. Hard-earned rewards, difficult venture. Okay, so it is something that is hard. However, I feel like the princess gets some advantage. So we get 2 heads. I just dropped it sideways and we get 2 heads. I don't know how well you guys can see that. That's just 2 heads. But the other side is a number. See? There's a 2. And there's a 2 on there somewhere. I can't actually see it on the camera on my phone. I mean, so her past prepared her for this. Inside. Inside there's a puzzle. There's a puzzle. The princess solves it in seconds. Yeah. Frightening prowess. Scaring herself. In the process. So what happens next? So, enter the room. Oops. I need to like do this. So we've entered the room. We've solved the puzzle in seconds because frightening prowess and all. Because I got way too good. So I at first wanted it to be a battle, but I feel like frightening prowess for this princess specifically is more in the form of other stuff. So the sword hums again. And we've got the 8 of Swords. Okay, so donkey skin. Sword hums as... Okay, I need to actually read up on the donkey skin. I know swords technically, I know the donkey skin legend, but I don't remember it right now. Ah, it's a French fairy tale. Okay, I was always taught it's an Austrian one, but I guess, or a German one. Depends on who I asked. Insecurity, faced with decision. Okay, so I feel like maybe in the next 3 it ends. Hums as a path to continue. Opens and 1 back home. Princess, I can't even spell. Continues. By the way, if you're wondering why my handwriting's so awful, I haven't really written a lot by hand in a while. So, next we have the 9 of Wands. So, wrong thing. I need the Ace of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Wands. So, Vasilisa the Beautiful. Actually, I'm pretty sure I read a book inspired by this tale, but I don't remember the tale itself. But I did read the tale itself before. Okay, so this is an encounter. So I feel like the princess is out of her depth again. Whoops. And we rolled another head. For just 1 head. Tenuous or costly. So much difficulty. The princess much difficulty. The princess climbs down a pit because the ones with yawning pits. Down a pit towards fire. Towards fiery teeth. Fiery teeth. So this is basically Princess just climbing down. But I have no idea how I managed to get another head. But okay. So is this where it ends? The Ace of Coins. I feel like this is the end. Like this is just a short version. I feel that the Ace of Coins is the end. I would definitely, if I was playing this in private, I would definitely be doing this longer. I would try to get through the entire stack of cards. Whoops, I accidentally opened on the tower. But yeah, I would try to get through my entire stack of cards, but as you can see, we're not really like making a dent right now. So, Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay, I didn't recognize it from the picture, but I know Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh, it's English. New beginnings, opportunity, prosperity, origin. This gift may be unexpected. Okay. Fiery teeth. At the bottom, is the kingdom. Sword asks, will you be our next ruler? As the way up disappears, the princess feels like he has no choice and agrees. Dropping the sword. Okay, so this is the story. The humming, by the way, to explain it now, was a hum of approval. So every time the sword hums, that was like a good job, good job. I like that decision. Basically. So this is just a very short little exercise. This didn't take long. The setup took even less, because like less than I explained it, because I just read through it and peace and quiet. So no like whole, I don't know how long it took me to actually do this, but yeah, I just read through it. And yeah. Now it's time to draw. Yeah, it's time to draw. And just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna draw on the background here. I might keep that for later. I might even just use colored pencils. I don't know. By the way, the reason I have this notebook open in the middle is because I did take like notes in it in the beginning. This is notes for this is notes for characters. We have Ariel, Comet, what's the other one? Lorien and Mira. Do I have the other characters already? No, but I have a to keep in mind list. So yeah. This is what I wrote for this. 5 pages. Almost fully. This is the shortest page. And the longest is this one. Yeah, I put it into nice paragraphs in my opinion. The paragraphs are nice, but yeah. So when I'm playing this alone, I'm definitely gonna pre-decide what challenges to face. And if it's 1 or 2 coins, then I'm just gonna randomly choose the challenges. But this was just a little experiment on how to play this game. It was a lot of fun. I might not seem like I was having a lot of fun, but I was. So all in all, if you have tarot cards at home, I would absolutely recommend getting this game. Even if you don't have tarot cards directly on hand, there are apps where you can have digital tarot cards. So you don't need to buy tarot cards to play this. This is basically just, you get 2 coins from any land, something to record with, and a digital tarot card app. I actually have multiple sets of tarot cards. This is one of 2. My other set is more an oracle deck. 1 second, let me try and find it. This is kind of on top. There it is. Yes, there was a plushie on top. So, Herbal Astrology Oracle deck. So this is what I have. Blech. So, did I ever open this? Because this is actually a gift that I bought myself a while ago. No, I don't think I opened this so far. So yeah, there's information. This is my other deck. Yeah, I definitely didn't open this so far yet. But these cards are really pretty. Bought this for myself a while ago, and yeah, this is really pretty. This is currently in order, and this is the back. So yeah, you can probably also use one of these. This is Purity, Radiance, Protection, Psychic Healing, Beloved. I don't think that this is a proper like tarot deck. I was just like, you know what, this looks so pretty, I want to have it. But I didn't really inform myself what it was. But it also comes with the advantage of it really being a mystery gift. So yeah, I've got this deck too. I don't think you can use this for this, but you might. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, what I have underneath here is just a list of books and 2 more books, Warrior Cats and Peter Pan. Yeah. So I'm gonna put it back now. What's that next to it? Ah! Actually, that one's a self-made card deck. I'm not gonna show that because that was made a while ago. It's very ugly, but there was a self-made card deck next to it that I completely forgot I had. So fun. And Nussschnecke is gonna return. Or actually Nussschnecke is gonna accompany me because I might just do another one. And I haven't decided yet which one, and Nussschnecke might be good there if I do one of the horror ones that I have, because oh my god, am I a scaredy cat. So yeah, this was Princess with a Cursed Sword, solo role-playing game by Anna Anthropy. One second, let me show you guys the name. There it is. There, Anna Anthropy. I actually forgot that. I don't think it's in the credits, in the acknowledgements, no. Should be, by the way, I did fold this piece of paper. I tried to see, hey, can I fold this in half? Well, you can't. So this is not meant to be folded in half. Actually, I've got this the wrong way around, but like this. So this is not meant to be folded in half. Sadly, this is what the princess looks like on there. Very pretty. Yeah. So, out of 10, I would give this a 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Yeah, I don't know how to do this reviews yet, so... Yeah, and also I only played it once, and I did a short session. I'm definitely gonna play this again with a much longer session. So yeah, I think, or I'm gonna play one of the one-pagers that is like 36 words. I might do that next, just for fun, because that's not long. 46 words is short. So yeah, and I'm gonna need a different notebook, the one that I can actually properly write on, because that's just a really pretty notebook that I got out because I was like, yeah, princess needs something pretty. So let me just, I don't know where it is, but yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. It is long. And I was so glad when I woke up this morning and there was no construction work outside, because there's currently a building being torn down next to my house. Well, in front of my house. So, well, I don't have a house, but in front of the apartment building that I live in. Yeah, Nuschnecke and I will wish you goodbye. I think this is this way around. You can see the face better. Yeah, you can see he's been a bit squished. Let me just unsquish. Yeah, this is unsquished. Mostly. But yeah, Nussschnecke and I will wish you goodbye. And sorry, this is really random that I just brought one of my childhood stuffies out, but like, come on. He looks awesome. I mean, he can't really see. But I mean, come on. He's the best. He can even stand on his own. I didn't know that. Or, well, didn't remember that. Yeah. So, let's say goodbye now, and yeah, this was also really cheap, so I would recommend. So this is an absolute recommendation from me. But I'm also like a beginner, a very, very beginner in solo TTRPGs, so I haven't really played a lot. I haven't really played many different ones. This is, I think, the third one that I played. The second one that I played outside of ones that I made myself. So yeah. Maybe decide this for yourself with this video.